So I had something else planned for today, and this Korea Times article just fell from the sky, and I'm just like, let's do it. Alright, we're gonna do this uncut version because it's literally a reaction to what I'm seeing right now. But there's an article in the Korea Times titled, Looters and Rioters Trampling Memory of George Floyd. It's an opinion piece by someone named Christine Flowers. Yep, that was a white name, I guessed that correctly. But this is gonna be really fun, because I did briefly skim through it before starting, and it is something else. Now, before I do get started, I gotta do the caveat stuff. I get it. Understanding about race relations is really hard, especially when you're coming from, like, me, a white, American, male, straight, all that stuff, right? Because it's basically like learning a language. You learn a little bit, and the more you learn, the more you realize I have no idea what goes on in the world. Like, you just find out there's so much more you don't know. And that's basically where I'm at right now. And I think I've learned a little bit more than Christine Flowers. I'll open myself out to criticism because that's, I don't know, I guess that's what YouTube is anyway. Feel free to criticize my point of view respectfully, but I do listen to every comment. I'm trying to figure everything out, as a lot of us who are waking up, not woke, I don't know what the term is, but anyway, this is just so much fun. I just gotta get into it. This is great. So, the title again, Looters and Rioters Trampling Memory of George Floyd, with a cartoon that sort of looks like they're toppling a police officer, but it reminds me of the Saddam Hussein image of them pulling down his statue, which I'm like, cool, let's dismantle the system, let's bring down this regime. I'm all about that. But anyway, here goes nothing. I'll read some of the lines that are in this article. It has been suggested to me that as a white woman, I should back off when it comes to certain issues. Oh, are you okay? As a white man, too, I've heard that as well. And I've learned that when I hear that and then I keep talking, I really put my foot in my mouth. But you probably got this one. I find this ironic since men have no problem discussing abortion rights. I do. Some don't. She's absolutely right there. And native-born citizens feel fully justified in addressing the plight of immigrants. What? I don't mind addressing it just to bring awareness, but all right. An atheist presumed to know what motivates people of faith, and so far we already know who this person is. It is I don't want to use her name. You know that generic name that we give women that's kind of sexist, but at the same time it perfectly describes this person right here. It's the suburban white woman, Christian Catholic, who knows better than you. That person. All right, here we go. It's going to be fun. It used to be said, and I skipped that part, because she's right. She does mention something about, like, men used to say women should understand men before talking. Agreed. That's fine. So if the prospect of white women talking about race riots annoy you, skip this column. Why would we skip it? This is going to be so much fun. I can't wait. I get it. She's acknowledging that men speak over women, and that's okay, but she doesn't like it, so it must be okay for her to speak over minorities because men speak over women? No, that can't be right. Okay, this is going to be a long one. When George Floyd was murdered while in police custody, a maddening, tragic example of murderous civil servants. Great, no excuse for what they did, and we're on the same page here. I wish it ended there. So do I. I wish it ended there, and then we had a real justice. With the crimes of police officers who can't be defended from a moral standpoint, and hopefully not from a legal standpoint either. See, that was a funny phrase right there. Hopefully not from a legal standpoint either. That's the problem, is we have to hope that that police officer gets justice. And we keep hoping, and it doesn't happen. And that's why we fight sometimes. But, okay, fine, keep going on. Unfortunately, it did not end there. Angry people started rioting through the streets, setting Minneapolis on fire, looting stores, many of them black-owned businesses, and creating chaos on top of chaos. So much to unpack here. All right, So here we go. Angry people rioting through the streets. Most people are peacefully protesting. There are some angry people rioting, although a lot of them ends up being white people from the countryside coming into the city to stir stuff up. Like, seriously, check some facts. Looting stores, many of them black-owned businesses. Oh, that's right. This is that trope of, why don't we worry about black-on-black crime kind of thing going on here? So definitely, we shouldn't even, you know what? You're right. I can't call her that Karen word, because I know Karens and they're nice. Some of them are nice. A Christine. Let's just call her a Christine, because that's her real name. Breathe. So some of them did this, reacting to the death of a black man at the hands of men in blue. One more in a long line of casualties without accountability. Sure, of course. Many others did this because they could hide their own innate brutality behind the veneer of social grievance. Innate brutality. We hear brutality used about people usually in 2 or 3 instances. The first 2 would be American football and maybe rugby. Brutal sports, no doubt. Animalistic, that's what we talk about. But the other time is with black people, specifically black men. So their innate brutality. Now, I get it, she'll come back and say, I know that all black men aren't brutes, but all races are brutes, and some people are brutes, and yeah, I'm not buying it right now, but here we go. Oh, this is about me. This is fun. It's me. Even though I'm not what I would call fully woke, and have the woke folk nodding their heads and saying things like, I don't condone violence, but I understand. That's funny. I just did a video on that. Okay, very quickly, for those who are thick, I understand violence means I understand where it came from or why someone would be compelled to do it. For example, there are people coming from the countryside who either A, want free stuff, or B, they might be those people looking for a race war that are stirring stuff up. And yes, there are some people that may do it for a TV as well. And there are other people who may want to do it because society has let them down and they've broken the social contract. And they feel like, why would I keep the rules of society if society won't protect me? But, I understand it. I don't say it's okay to loot a business, a black business, an Asian business, even a white business. Oh, so I'm not woke, but I don't condone violence, but I understand. The thing is, they don't understand. Oh, sorry, Christine. I don't. It's impossible to distinguish pent-up anger at racial injustice from your garden variety criminal. Who's the garden variety criminal we're talking about here? I'd like to know the image of that in your head, because this is just fun. The actual harm is the same. Well, technically, yes, that would be correct, so I'm not going to argue with it. And that's why it's not okay to say, I don't condone violence, but. That but is lethal, just like that police officer. Sorry, I lose my sarcasm when it just gets a little serious. Okay, back to my sarcastic anti-Christine. Is it Christine or Christine? I don't want to get her name wrong. Christine, thank you. And deprives legitimate victims of injustice of taking the moral high ground. Oh, moral high ground. That definitely is a Christine thing to say. It's easy to say that looters were just like Martin Luther King Jr. ruminating in that Birmingham jail cell. First of all, nobody said that. Nobody said that. I didn't say, like, the looter is just like Martin Luther King Jr. I also said there are some white looters who are just doing it to stir stuff up. But, teach me more. Fine. So that the progressive social justice warriors... I'll take that. I don't know why people keep saying social justice warrior is a negative thing. I'll claim that. You know what? I'm a social justice warrior, whatever that means. Yeah, because I care about social justice. Like, how messed up is that in your head? That's why I never understood. Like, progressive, conservative. Conservative means not changing, which always sounded weird to me. And progressive meant let's change. We make mistakes, not always for the better, but... Okay, I'm a social justice warrior. Fine. Oh my gosh. You be a racist warrior then, whatever you are. Just kidding. She cares. But, she's just got to teach black people things. Okay, where am I? It's easy to look good and evolved. Easy to look good? Evolved? No, not really. I'm still a dude, and we're still kind of are cavemen. Schooled in all the rhetoric of Black Lives Matter / Black Lives Can't Be Wrong. Oh. Oh. Wow. I was about to make a joke. I guess I still will. I don't see myself as schooled in all the rhetoric. I'm learning. Barely. Just like most of my white friends right now, we're literally discovering things and don't know where to start looking and are too afraid to ask our black friends because we don't want to impose and we don't want to sound rude and we don't know what to post on Facebook. We are learning. We don't know anything right now. Black lives can't be wrong. Wow. Okay. I'm just going to skip around here. They trampled the memory of George Floyd. They didn't honor it. I don't know if this makes an entire social justice change. I would say that would honor it. But, yeah. Stormtroopers. Why did they... She mentioned the stormtroopers in blue. They did as much to kill George Floyd. Wow. I was skipping ahead. In the zeal to gain purchase from someone else's tragedy and appropriate it for themselves. Rich, white person talking about appropriation. They did... Okay, back to serious. They did as much to kill George Floyd as the brutal stormtroopers in blue. No, they didn't. That guy did it. Chauvin, or whatever the stupid name was. He killed him. The 3 police officers that either protected him or held down George Floyd, they killed him. It wasn't the looters, even if they're wrong. There's no glory in random violence, and there is no justification for collateral vengeance. The city of Minneapolis is filled with good people who did not deserve to be the targets of that misplaced and misguided fury that engulfed it. Sure, fine, of course. The people that run businesses and had them looted, yeah, I feel for them. I do. Don't think that just because I'm a social justice warrior, I was like, hey, screw people. Justice before people. Yeah. I'm not, people are first. I mean, you wouldn't know that because you're probably one of those, Constitution before people kind of things, but whatever. Those rioters and vandals, those looters and criminals don't deserve to be understood. You're right. You're right. You haven't tried before in the past anyway, so why start now? For those who didn't get it, that was sarcasm. I think they should be understood. They deserve to be arrested, shut away, and shamed into silence, alongside of the dirty cops they hate and yet emulate. See, here's the difference. The cops. I support the police. Let's get that straight. People are dumb with nuance. I don't want the police to die. The police officer's job is to protect its citizens, not kill them. It is their job. They are paid to protect. They're literally doing the opposite of what their job is. It's unfortunate there are looters and rioters destroying stores. I can understand nuance. But the police officer's job is not only to not kill somebody, it's to help them live. It's their whole job. Oh my gosh, I'm frustrated. These are the thoughts of a white woman. You didn't have to say that. I could have just read the article and realized this. Who might benefit from some innate privilege. Oh, she gets it kind of. But who is smart enough to know that injustice is colorless. Oh, nope, she doesn't get it. Yep, maybe not smart enough, actually. She's an attorney and columnist for the Delaware County Daily Times. I don't know if that's Delaware, Ohio, or Delaware, the state. Well, I guess it's not state, it's county. Whew. The views expressed in the article are the author's own and do not reflect the editorial direction of the Korea Times. Why did you put it in there? Why did you do that? Okay, look, I had some fun. There's a lot of anger, and I know a lot of people are going to be super mad at this person. Again, we don't want to send death threats to people because that's wrong. But she did leave her email, cflowers1961@gmail.com, in case you wanted to express your disapproval of that message. Or, of course, just contact the Korea Times at this point, and I'm sure maybe by the time you watch this article will be pulled. I wonder if there's... Yep. Oh, wow, there's a lot of comments down there. Have fun with the comments. A lot of good ones down there. Oh, see my friend in there? Oh, man, they're going to get destroyed. This is fun. Okay, so that's it. That's what happened. Look, I read this for two reasons. Number one, it's ridiculous, and I've been doing serious stuff for too long, and I missed my sarcastic side a little bit. And also, I set this up for another video. I wanted to use this for a but here we are. This is Orange is Anger, Fire, Social Justice Warrior. Now, the other reason I did is to remind people that you can fight back, and you can support people who are protesting. The majority, the vast majority, are protesting very peacefully, and when they riot back, it's often because the police are using brute force against their own citizens who they are sworn to protect. Watch the videos online. They're sitting down, they're standing still, they're not attacking, and all of a sudden the police pepper spray, shoot gas canisters at their head. We have a president that literally gassed his own people. Like, that's Saddam Hussein stuff. Hitler stuff. It's not even an exaggeration. Gassed their own people. Now, not to death yet. I mean, I don't know by the time this video goes up, but look. Okay, I'm going to leave some links down below if you want to donate money to help support the people who are protesting. I was going to say rioting, but you deserve to riot if the police attack you. You deserve it. I don't only understand it. You deserve to. I condone that. If the police are literally attacking you and they're threatening your life when you've done nothing wrong, your job is not to sit there and die or lose an eye. Don't kill, but protect your body. Protect yourself. I'm going to get so much hate for that comment, but if the police are killing you, it's not your job to let them kill you, because it's just not. Down below, there will be some links to help bail out people who have been wrongfully arrested during these protests. I myself will be donating specifically to cities that affect me, I guess, like my hometown, but also where my family lives. And maybe later I will be donating to cities where it's getting really bad. Regardless, if you feel like you want to go fight and you want to cause, like you're in Korea or you're a different country, or you can't go to the front lines of a protest because you're sick and COVID-19 is out there, you can give money. I'll give you one more link down below. I hope it's still up. There was a hour-long YouTube video that featured black artists, and all the proceeds from the AdSense revenue was going to go to different causes to support Black Lives Matters and other causes. I'll leave that link down below. Just play it in the background for an hour and let it go. And you can donate that way if you don't have money to give. I'm sorry, this is a long video, but hopefully we had fun. We had fun because I forget what the quote is. The revolution will be televised or will not be televised. It's definitely being televised right now. So that's it. Thanks for joining me on that epic Korea Times journey. See you next time. Be safe out there. And wear a mask when you protest. Not just because of COVID-19, but there's another virus plaguing our police community. See you next time. Goodbye, Haseo.